Oh, yes, of course, Ezreal available.
Yeah.
Ezreal or Ashe, gonna be your Ashe, so nicely done, Stress. But it doesn't look like Misfits are gonna move their way up to try and put pressure on Expect's Nautilus.
And this is Misfits knowing the only place on the map they can make a play is topside. They want to try and find Trick here.
Shockwave is available, pulls Trick backwards, the bowler strike. Oh, look at the collateral damage! Cacao with first blood. And we'll see whether or not Power Viva can make it work. There is some support coming down. Perks flashes all the way forward.
Expect
Almost
still
gets
coming.
the kill, and Expect he can tower dive. Barmy, Cinder, and Ninja Tabai available to him. There's a possibility to clinch first, but realistically, this is preparing for quarterfinals.
I mean the cushion for G2 as they just blast cone their way into the Baron pit. The cushion for G2 means they could lose every series and still make playoffs, but they're going to sneak the Baron. The Rift Scuttler does not spot them, so Misfits are not yet aware. It is half health though. Ignar's going to go check it. Could Lantern over.
There we go.
The TP comes in.
Instant teleport from Alfari after 22 minutes. Perks gets caught out, uses the cleanse, throws down the sphere. Summer's in trouble. G2, they pick up Baron, but the fight ensues. Shockwave only catches Expect. That's the target G2 wanted. Alfari, the power is unleashed, but he doesn't go down. The Crocodile runs away. It's a double kill for G2. They get the Baron, they get the kills, and they get out alive. They pushed the waves in. They had all the vision to work with. They hop over even with the blast cone.
Arrow
Really well
connects.
played. Arrow did connect on Perks. Remember, there's
That's
no
better.
shockwave. That's a good shockwave from Power of Evil. Alfari does go down in the mix as Sven puts a lot of DPS down, but 2-for-1 trade, and they stop and slow down the Baron push.
There's so many wards around this area, and Misfits don't see exactly where he is, that it's impossible to do so.
Yeah, you can see Hussein on screen at the moment.
Oh,
There we go.
They got a lot from that.
QSS and the flash from
Yep.
Sven. And Baron is the objective. Misfits, they're going to start this one off.
Here comes the TP. They've already got what they were looking for. Now they can look to turn on Expect, perhaps.
Expect does not cancel. They've blown up Hansama. He survives with the command protect. Redemption comes down, buying some time. GT looking for more. Trick has the ability to jump in. That's 1 and 2. Trick's looking for another as Perks goes down. It's a triple kill for Sven. Ace in the hole for the Quadra.
It was looking better for Misfits off that shockwave, but G2 had bought enough time. They were far enough ahead, and G2, now they're going to push in. They may just win off this 30 seconds on everybody, and G2 looking dominant once again.
Huge death timers on the Misfits squad. Young Buck elated backstage with Sharks, the support team. And the rest of G2, one inhibitor down, turn their attention to the Nexus turret, taking this down maybe a little slower than they're anticipating. 5 seconds for Hans Samra and Ignar. I don't know if they can stop this one, but it might just get close. 5 seconds of Power of Evil. The Nexus is the focus. Ash Arrow comes down, but it's not going to be enough. G2 Esports take down Misfits 1-0.
If G2 log this, which is a fine matchup into Nautilus, they are putting everything on Sven's shoulders for the first 40 minutes of this game. Trick will back away. Cacao is going to run into him, though.
All right, let's take a look. Gromp is currently in combat. Trick actually almost misses that shot. Gromp and oh, Trick! He manages to get it, follows through. Flash for flash. Now Perks is coming. G2, they want first blood. It's Perks that locks it down.
Oh, bot lane.
Not done yet. Ignar's in trouble. He gets taken out in a 2v2. Miffy and Sven. Take a look at the HP bars. Misfits absolutely going to pick up tower first blood, despite giving up
mid lane. Hang
kills.
On the minimap, Rengar's having to jump back away. Trick nearly gets taken out at the same time. 3 points of action on the map.
Yeah, we don't have enough picture-in-picture to highlight it all. It's not done yet. There's a dive on the top lane. Miaukai's in trouble. Expect you're not going to purr your way away. Ooh. Flashes to safety. Hansama gets a full channel on the culling, and I have to eat my words. Expect with the ultimate survives everything.
Lucian damage early on isn't that significant when you're looking for this Blade of the Ruin King build.
Definitely a lot of action. Misfits already proactive, more proactive this game.
A lot of chatter from G2 coming out here as well. Oh,
look at that. Perks straight up 1v1's Power of Evil. Ocelot is in the building, a former Orianna main. I can see him clapping for Perks in what was a great solo kill. Really nicely done. Everybody showing up. Expect survived a 4-on-1 tower dive at like 8 minutes. And Now all of a sudden, Expect and Mithy, they're looking to engage. Let's see if Expect can survive again. This time he's got no flash available to him. Wild Growth will buy some time. Why? Why? Just as I say he survives, does he get caught out to die?
Every time.
But it's Hans Summer, man, that picks that one up. As we toggle, we're looking at the vision once again. It's actually Perkz. Perkz is in trouble. Charm! Charm gets him, and Perkz goes down. Oh, unfortunate. Little too eager pushing forward, and now Misfits, they're sieging the tower.
Yeah, they're sieging tower. They're going to look to try and push this down. Teleport in response from Expect. It's going to call an end to the push.
Gonna call an end to the push. Have to put Ocelot on screen just as G2 are under pressure, naturally. Middle of the hunt.
However, Sven's cut off from the rest of his team. They cannot afford to engage yet. They have to regroup, and Misfits back away. They're respecting the grouping potential from G2.
Yeah, the stealth ball delivery system, it is something to respect. Perkz has a Shockwave available, but he's cut off from the team. Four members of G2, they're waiting on the side. Shockwave catches Hans Summer. He's able to dash away. Perkz is down. Look at Hans Summer. He's ice skating through the river. Power of Evil Spur rushes forward. G2, they get the Dragon. Misfits get the kill.
G2's focus had been all about the Dragon. Misfits, very clean, decisive playmaking here. They're looking for that Baron. They didn't go for mid tower because they will get it from the Baron easily. And Misfits, they got a Blade of the Ruined King Lucian. They have enough damage here to take down this Baron. It's all on Trick to steal, but he's no flash available. If G2 can get it, it's going to have to be an in and out, and that's it.
No flash, no smite. Tricks going in. Battle Roar to go away. Running away, the Scuttle Crab is helping out, blocking off the culling. That's Mithy down. Now Sven and Trick, they've pulled Misfits from the Baron. And will Trick be able to escape? I don't think so.
Hans
Summer flashes to safety. They trade 1 for 1. Hans Summer gets a kill.
Hans Summer tries to look for the flashy play here, but Trick dropped the vision. We're right back to the action.
We are indeed. The charm onto Perkz. He gets caught up and not taken down.
Trick's dead.
Trick, on the other hand, does. Stranglethorns throws him into the air. Only Alfari caught by the shockwave. That was a shocking wave for G2. Simply not enough. 5 members of Misfits now on the outer mid turret. This will fall, but how much more will?
Ball delivery is not available anymore. The ball is not with the shockwave cooldown. Expect.
He's gone in. There's no Maelstrom available. He's instantly dropped. Sven's caught by the hook. He's down. It's a double kill for Kakao. Fate's Call will buy some time as the tower's helping out. But Kakao gets the triple and the second tower of the fight.
This game has come alive because Misfits have found back-to-back fights against G2 when G2 were not ready to use their composition. At no point in these fights has Sven really been on the front line in time, and you can tell by looking at the members of G2 right now, they have misplayed both of the last fights, and Misfits have punished them heavily.
Misfits have woken up. Their dozy game 1 has been bounced back.
Oh, look at that shockwave
Summer is so low.
Oh,
Perkz uses the cleanse, trying to get to safety. He'll just get popped down. Baron secured by Misfits. All 5 members alive. 6,000 gold in the lead. All right, where is Expect? There's a teleport available for him. He can root someone down.
There's only one TP ward, though, and it's on the top side. Misfits looking for the fight.
All right, Trick's going to get caught out. He flashes away. Also, Wild Growth. Stranglethorns is thrown down as well. 25 seconds on Baron. G2, they still have towers, but for how much longer?
Well, G2 also have defender's advantage here, so they have the quickest path between their towers. Misfits have established a position where they can look to close this out, but G2 not without a fight. We'll see whether they can make this Callista composition work. 2,000 health on the Dragon.
Few seconds on the shockwave, it's going to be available. Trick goes in, secured by Misfits. Expect is on the front line as Trick is starting to retreat. Taunt or the charm, that catches Expect. Redemption, buy some time for Trick. Expect dives into the pit. It's Kakao the target. Alfari follows shortly thereafter. Traded 1 for 1. Look
Here he goes.
He's going forward. Summon a heal. Sven's got 1. That's a shutdown. Gets another. G2 Esports turn it round. They kill Hans Summer. Ignores the only man standing.
The first round probably won't do too much, but then the second, the third that happens if a fight goes that long. Here comes the fight. Trick wants to jump in. They've got Alfari, but he's very tanky.
He is, but G2 are just throwing themselves at it. Redemption comes down, a full channel on the culling. Power of Evil goes in from behind, but he doesn't find the kill. Expect still on the front line. Trick is the first one to die. Shockwave
it was
whiffs.
early.
Shockwave whiffs. Smithy's running away for his life. Perks may have escaped, and Expect will be the third to die from G2.
And Misfits are going to look for critical damage on the base now. Great flank out of Power of Evil off the start of the team fight from Alfari. They lock Sven in place, take away the support, and on his own, Sven is not strong enough to deal that same amount of damage.
It's a 5 versus 2. G2 Esports need to do something magical. They're double rooted.
Sven's
is dead. How can G2 survive and defend their base with only Perks? I don't think they can. Misfits, they take down the Nexus turrets. They bounce back after losing game 1, even up the series, and we're going to game 3.
However, Misfits have some active ingredients to this composition.
This might end up hurting him. Here comes Kakao, Sonic Wave onto Mythy. Sven gets caught by the Pierce. He's trying to make his way out. Summoner Heal gets used. Also looking at it's Ignite for Mythy. So if anyone from Misfits goes low, Mythy's gonna let it finish off.
Expected bot lane advantage is going in G2's favor as well, but Kakao again visiting mid lane. Gonna try and catch Perks out. Does have that level 6.
Yeah, he does indeed. Shockwave comes backwards onto Kakao. Kakao's looking for the kick.
Good
Cocoon
flash.
finds no one though. Perks and Trick flashed for that one. We're gonna take a look at the base race. Tower trades. It's outer for inner.
Ooh,
and Perks survives the Chaos Storm. It's just, this is identical to game 2. Pressure in 3 separate lanes, action in the mid lane.
Igna stepping up though, a new challenger approaches.
All right, Expect gonna sidestep.
Flash ult.
Gonna get caught out. There's the Ignolt. Ignore ult. Hey, I'll combo
Ignolt.
them together. First blood picked up by Alfari, and Misfits made that look easy.
50 seconds.
Oh, there's a skill shot that I love to yell. The Cocoon! It catches Kakao. The repel comes out, and Kakao is taken down. Teleport from Expect as well. 30 seconds before Infernal Drake. But G2 are hungry for blood. They pop Ignor's passive. Look for Hunt Summer. Wild Growth comes up. Hunt Summer's down. And Fate's Call gets Ignor to safety. Only 144. Obviously,
Kakao. Oh, he got it!
He steals it.
Here comes the TP.
Making a joke. Kakao jumps in there. All right, Infernal Drake picked up, and Alfari actually cancels that teleport. There's also a Fate's Call available here for Hunt Summer. He can lob his Malzahar in. Perks is the target. Perks already uses the QSS. Flashes away from the Fate's Call. That's a good shockwave. The fight is being set up, but nobody's caught just yet. G2 don't want to run into a Victor. That's a bad place to be. And a Mega Gnar.
And this was a little weird out of Misfits. They're actually going to lose mid tower from this if G2 push because Kakao is not with the rest of the team. So split decision making once again. Oh, Expect wants to go.
Defensive flash. Alfari's the target. Shockwave was used earlier in the fight. Not even needed this time around. Good damage onto Expect. Wild Growth will keep him alive, but look at all of those Ren stacks. Hunt Summer decides not to pull the trigger. Sven is tagged up by the inner turret, and look at the Caitlyn traps.
Yep.
Completely blocking off Misfits' entry. That's 2 towers secured after Misfits engage. This is a replay of just exactly how Perks was caught out.
Yeah, this is the engage on Perks. You can see Kakao wasn't reacting in time.
We can't
TP
actually
coming
jump
through.
into that because it's Misfits that have been jumped on. Expect, he gets booted backwards. Here comes Sven. He's got the Hurricane ticking. Expect, look at all of those Ren snacks. Not the hugest amount of damage though.
Good defensive play out of Misfits.
And obviously no QSSs on anyone else other than Perks right now. Alfari and Expect, let's see how they go. Trick is coming in for support. Alfari's going to be able to hop over the wall. Mega Gnar will come up shortly. Buys some time, doesn't find a stun. The Cocoon catches Alfari out. He's going to get run down. Boulder Toss comes out. The little Spiderlings hammering away, and 1 or 2 lost autos. Trick and Expect. I mean, it was somewhat inevitable to run him down.
Misfits now looking for a play around mid lane. They were just spotted on a ward. Ignore on Trick.
Flash exhaust.
He's gone.
There we go. Taken down. Flash ult, rather. Nethergrass blocks him down.
Pretty sure Ignore, or at least one of the members of Misfits, was spotted on that ward we just saw in mid lane. So Trick not respecting the engage potential out of Misfits. On Misfits for if they call G2's bluff. You can see now the blue trinket goes down. It's too late to actually stop it before the Baron goes, but Misfits, they want to fight on the tail end.
Okay, G2 get Baron. Kakao kicks Perks away. Shockwave is available. Where's it gonna land? Pulls 3. Misfits together. G2 escape with the Baron. 0-0-2 on that Caitlyn. Getting a couple of autos. Command Protect. As well as that shield from Mythy. Now Expect is being slowly bullied away.
Ignar's waiting for Perks to come around that corner, though. Expect does get pushed back. It's enough to deter the mid lane push. And look at top. It's going to go in favor of Misfits during this push, but Sven pushes back in with the Baron minions. Paraveil trying to push them back.
There's still over a minute before Baron times out. Teleports onto the minion. Expect's gonna let this one finish, and Hansama is trying to clear out the wave. The tower goes down, and G2 are inside the base. It's an 8,000 gold lead. Super minions are about to get secured in the bottom lane, and Misfits just stand idly by.
Yeah, just absorbing all of those super minions. That farm in the bot lane. Oh, Ignar.
All right, let's take a look. Flash away from Ignar.
There goes an engage. Misfits aren't a man down. They aren't suddenly up against it. The Dragon did go over to G2. Now Ignar, no flash. He's making a mistake.
Look at that. Woo! Just completely run down. Lulu Caitlyn, the synergy plus the itemization.
Baron is now alive. Misfits are going to try and push down mid for now.
So G2 are split up. We need to follow Cacao if he gets a good Sonic Wave. Alternatively, where's the Gnar bar? Alphari's being run down. Without Mega Gnar, G2 don't really fear the engage.
Time
Power of Evil is shunked down. The QW combo. PoE's forced backwards. Redemption's going to heal up Misfits, and Misfits looking to chase. Look at the minimap. Super minions. They're pushing onto the Nexus towers.
Yeah, Misfits are trying to come around. Oh, Ignar.
That's a good shockwave. Hansama actually uses the Fate's Call.
All G2 need to do is back away and buy more time. They're still pushing in, but that inhib has just respawned. So it is now a weakness for Misfits rather than their Achilles heel at this point. It is not killing them slowly, but G2 are coming through that top side, looking to try and pick anybody off. Look where Cacao already is, trying to catch a straggler. Maybe trying to stop any kind of Baron play here.
There's still a ward in the pit.
Can he?
Sweep is available. That's going to get cleared out. Teleport coming down for Alphari. I can't see his Gnar bar. We need to keep track of that. It's about to pop. Mega Gnar's coming in. Red team G2. They secure Baron. Alphari's in the pit. He's got support from Cacao. Where is Sven? He's running away for his life. Trick caught in the pit alone. He's going to get run down. GA is popped, and I think the spider will get squashed under Misfits' boot. It is a small, small victory for G2 to secure the Baron. Cocoon is on cooldown now as Trick catches out one of those crabs. Some damage onto Sven, a lot of damage from Power of Evil with that Void Staff. Death Ray comes down, and Sven just using Caitlyn to full advantage, sieging up. That was a very, very early Caitlyn-Orianna combination, and it is paying off for G2 Esports.
They still have Shockwave available if Misfits choose to go aggressive. You can see how Sven utilizing that extra range rapid fire cannon, that core item on Caitlyn. Now Alphari wants to go, double jumps in, that's his Mega Gnar procced. Will be able to push the wave back, but if there's a fight, once this expires, Alphari does not have that crowd control available.
Window of opportunity here for G2. They sense it and feel it.
Flash on Sven.
QSS comes out. Sven's able to escape. Wild Growth still available, and Ignar also got pulled in by the Fate's Call. G2, rinse, repeat, do it again.
Yeah, trading those defensive capabilities. Sven did not have to flash, and his heal is nearly available, but that QSS is now down. If he mispositions, he can get locked down, but Sven tends not to do that.
And there's so many tools. Still got Flash and Heal and Wild Growth. Command Protect as well. Alphari's Gnar bar is about to max out. The rest of G2, look, they're just waiting to protect Sven. Waiting
that shield
to use every single cooldown.
The shield on Sven. Cacao, he's got it, he kicked him! He's got him!
Sven's gonna go down, not
he's still alive!
Look at the lifesteal! Finally Sven is taken out! Shockwave, that's gonna be enough! Power of Evil gets himself a double kill.
They turned it round!
Trick is running for his life! Cacao with the hero play! Cacao is looking for more. Trick's gonna go down. Golden from his hourglass, and the rest of G2 are running. Can Misfits take anything else?
No Baron for a minute, but Misfits, they can clean their base up. They will lose. Likely another inhibitor tower. No, Cacao saves. Oh, not quite enough.
Absolutely need a replay of that kick.
And G2 have got to play this carefully.
Yeah.
Here comes the TP. They're trying to get it to go. Meganar is nearly built up. He's nearly there.
Available. Where is Sven? Follow Sven. He uses a 90 caliber net to try and get away. Alfari, Meganar's backwards with his no stun. Sven's still alive. Expect buying as much time on the front line as he can. He'll respawn to the GA.
They got Sven!
Misfits, can they do this? They've traded 1 for 1. Power of Evil is down. Hans Summer is trying to dash forward. Mithy's going to be the target. He flashes to safety. The rest of Misfits, they're running him down. Stress, Misfits, they are not giving up.
Can they close in the net here? Perk still has a lot of damage. No shockwave, but he has mana available. G2 are going to turn and run on the only safe escape route as minions stream into the building, the base of Misfits bot lane.
The inhibitor is going to be the focus for those minions. There's a smite available for Trick. Where is he on the minimap?
They've got the Callisto Rend. They can out-damage Trick here if they can deny his entry to the pit, but is it all about the damage here? Expect goes in, they've got Ignar.
It's a 4 for 4. Ignar's down. Now it's 4 for 3. Hans Summer follows thereafter. The minions, they're on the Nexus turrets. G2 are trying to get the rest of Misfits.
Coming through.
Alfari uses the Gnar. His GA is going to get popped. Expect, he's teleported to the Nexus. Is this the final push? G2, they lose the fights, but they bounce back. They kill Misfits, and now Expect, he's on the Nexus turrets.
Power of Evil will save the Nexus towers with Cacao, or at least the Nexus. It's not going to be enough to save the towers, but G2 go for the Baron, and when it looked like everything was lost, G2 maintain control.
Expect with the sass stands toe-to-toe with Cacao.
Baroned up, this should be an easy push for the win out of G2. 3 lanes if they want it with supers and Baron minions.
Take a look at that. 9 wins and 1 loss when teams have a 10,000 gold lead or more. The only shameful loss there was the Unicorns of Love being unable to close out. G2, will they make it 10 and 1? Will they remain 10 and 0?
They're going for the base.
The hourglass, the rest of G2, they're looking for Power of Evil. Perks gets shut down. That's the first kill for Misfits. It's going to be traded back. Ignar looks to be run down by Expect. They traded 1 for 1 with no Hans Summer, with no more frontline. There's no more damage for Misfits. G2 get a double kill. Sven is sent into the fountain, but the tower goes down, and G2 remain undefeated in Europe.